Most people think stronger. Wider shoulders come from lifting heavier and doing more exercises, so they stack pressing movements, add more sets, and chase that burning feeling. But the results rarely match the effort. The shoulders still look flat, narrow, and sometimes even start to feel uncomfortable. The problem isn't your effort, and it's not your genetics, it's direction. When your training focuses on the wrong movements or poor execution, you end up building fatigue instead of building real strength and shape. And over time, that's exactly what leads to stalled progress and joint stress. In this video, you're going to understand why most shoulder routines fail to create that wide, strong look, and more importantly, the only two exercises that actually make a difference when done the right way. Not more exercises, not more weight, just better targeting and better control. And here's the interesting part. With just two well-executed movements, you can completely change how your shoulders look and feel. The difference comes down to small details most people ignore, and once you see them, you won't train the same way again. The most common mistake. In shoulder training, most people approach shoulder training with the same mindset: lift heavier, do more sets, and add more exercises. On the surface, it sounds logical. More effort should mean more results. But in reality, this is exactly what keeps most people stuck. The issue is not effort, it's where that effort goes. The shoulders are more technical than they seem. If the tension isn't placed in the right spot, your body will naturally compensate with stronger muscles. And when that happens, the lateral delts, the ones responsible for width, barely get the stimulus they need to grow. Another very common mistake is overtraining the front of the shoulder. Think about it. Every time you bench press, do push-ups, or press overhead, that front area is already working a lot. Adding even more exercises targeting it just creates imbalance. Over time, the shoulders start to roll forward, posture gets worse, and that wide look disappears. And this is where most people misread the situation. They think they need more intensity, when what they really need is more precision. Shoulder training isn't about doing more, it's about placing the right tension in the right place, with control. If this kind of content is already helping you, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps support the channel and keep content like this coming. Now, once you fix this mistake, everything starts to shift. Because the real goal isn't just to train harder, it's to finally understand what actually creates that wide shoulder look. Why your shoulders never look wider. If your goal is to build shoulders that actually look wide and change your silhouette, you need to understand one simple thing. It's not about the front of your shoulders. That visual width, the one that gives you that strong upper body presence, comes mostly from one specific area that most people overlook. That area is the lateral delt. This is what creates that wider frame, that sharper contrast with your waist, and that more athletic look overall. But even when people try to train it, they usually do it wrong. The angle is off, the movement is rushed, and most importantly, the tension doesn't stay where it should. The biggest trap is going too heavy. As soon as the weight gets excessive, your body starts to cheat. The traps take over, momentum kicks in, and the lateral delt stops being the main driver of the movement. So even though the exercise feels harder, it becomes less effective for building real width. This muscle doesn't respond well to brute force. It responds to control, precision, and consistent tension. Every rep needs to be clean, stable, and intentional from start to finish. That's the difference between someone who trains for years with little visual change and someone whose shoulders completely transform their physique. And once you understand this, your exercise selection becomes very strategic. Because now, it's not about doing more, it's about choosing what actually works. And the first exercise we're about to cover is the one that will finally make you feel this muscle working the way it's supposed to. Exercise 1. Cable lateral raise. This is where your training shifts from random effort to real strategy. The cable lateral raise isn't just a cleaner version of dumbbells. It's one of the most effective ways to target the lateral delt without giving your body room to cheat. Unlike dumbbells, the cable keeps constant tension from start to finish. There's no moment at the bottom where the muscle can relax, no dead zone where tension disappears. Every part of the movement demands control, and that's exactly what drives growth. What makes this exercise even more powerful is how quickly it exposes mistakes. You can't cheat cleanly here. If you use momentum, shrug your shoulders, or lose alignment, the movement immediately breaks down. The cable forces you to stay stable and actually use the right muscle. The goal is not to go heavy. It's to slow down, control the movement, and keep the tension exactly where it should be. The lowering phase matters even more. That's where the muscle is stretched under tension, which sends a strong signal for growth. Keep your rest periods short, control every rep, and focus on the feeling instead of the weight. Over time, this exercise won't just build your shoulders, it will improve your mind-muscle connection and create a solid base for long-term progress. If this is already making sense to you, take a second to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps support the content and keeps videos like this coming. And once you build that constant tension and control, the next step is adding a movement that gives you more freedom, but without losing precision. Exercise 2, dumbbell lateral raise. Now that you've built that foundation with constant tension, it's time to add a movement that sharpens the visual result and improves control on each side. The dumbbell lateral raise looks simple, but this is exactly where most mistakes happen. With dumbbells, you have more freedom. And if you're not careful, that freedom turns into sloppy execution. A lot of people swing the weight up, lock their arms too much, or let their shoulders rise. When that happens, the tension leaves the lateral delt and shifts into the traps. The key adjustment is simple, but powerful. Think about driving your elbows out, not lifting the weights up. That small shift changes everything. It keeps the tension exactly where it should be and allows the lateral delt to do the work instead of letting stronger muscles take over. Control is everything here. The lift should be clean with no momentum, and the lowering phase even more controlled. That's where the muscle is working the hardest. If you rush that part, you lose a big part of the benefit. There is also a small detail that makes a big difference. At the top of the movement, let your pinky come slightly higher than your thumb. This subtle rotation increases activation in the lateral delt and improves the overall look over time. When you combine this with the cable version, you get the best of both worlds. One gives you constant tension, the other improves individual control and movement quality. Together, they become a powerful system. But there's still one missing piece that most people ignore, and without it, progress either slows down or eventually leads to discomfort. The bonus movement that protects your progress. This is where long-term results are decided. A lot of people start seeing progress, build some width, improve their execution, and then suddenly plateau or feel discomfort in their shoulders. Not because they're doing too little, but because they're missing a key piece. That missing piece is the back of your shoulders and the muscles that stabilize your shoulder blades. These muscles keep everything in place, support good posture, and allow your main exercises to stay effective over time. Without them, your shoulders slowly lose balance. When these muscles are weak, your shoulders begin to roll forward. Your posture closes in, movements feel less stable, and performance starts to drop. And in many cases, discomfort shows up without warning, especially during pressing movements. That's where the face pull becomes essential. This isn't just a finishing exercise, it's a corrective movement that strengthens what most people ignore. It helps you control your shoulder blades better and bring stability back to the joint. The execution should stay clean and controlled. Pull the rope toward your face with your elbows slightly elevated, then separate your hands at the end of the movement to fully engage the muscles. The goal is not weight, it's control and proper activation. Using higher repetitions and focusing on quality, this movement improves posture, reduces unnecessary stress, and keeps your shoulders progressing without interruption. And that's the difference between short-term results and lasting progress. Now everything makes more sense. The issue was never your effort. It was how that effort was directed. Shoulders don't grow from random volume or just lifting heavier every session. They change when the right muscles receive the right tension at the right time. First, you build width through controlled, constant tension. Then you refine that shape with better movement control on each side. And finally, you protect everything you've built by strengthening the muscles that keep your shoulders stable and aligned. That's what creates a complete transformation. What really makes the difference isn't how many exercises you do, it's how well you execute the ones that actually matter. When you stop chasing heavier weights and start focusing on control and precision, your body responds in a completely different way. So now the real question is simple. What are you going to change in your next workout? What was the idea that made the most sense to you? If this kind of content makes sense to you, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.